I mean, I could go the Brady Bunch theme. I don't know.
That would be funny.
I mean, all it's got to do is just,
Here's the story of a lovely lady who was bringing up three very lovely girls. All of them had hair.
Welcome to another Believe Vacations video. My name is Brian Pavlick, and we are inviting you to become a believer with us. And today is a very special interview that I'm having with one of my favorite agent friends on this team, Miss Kim Gregorio. Kim, how are you?
I'm good, Brian. How are you?
Good. And if you don't know how to spell her name, I'm spelling her name at the bottom here. And if you don't know how to say her name, Kim, just tell us real briefly how I will always adore you for. How do you tell people how to say your last name?
Greg like the Brady, Oreo like the cookie.
And as everybody would say, okay, fine. Yeah, that's fine. So yes, this is Kim, Greg like the Brady, Oreo like the cookie. And that is how I'm putting your name at the bottom here. So that's good.
Okay.
But of course, I'll run all your traditional and true Instagram, Facebook ways for people to get in touch with you. But Kim is joining me on a more serious topic than we've done with the split stays and resorts and all that. When we were kind of thinking of some 2021 video series and articles and interviews, Kim was one of the first to bring up the fact that we need to look after our friends with food allergies. And I thought, brilliant. You know, so many people are affected these days by food allergies. And we're going to get into that a little bit here. Kim, obviously, her family does go through this every single time they go to Disney. So Kim is going to come on board. She's going to show you why her family and why she is the expert at this topic. So I do appreciate her bringing this to us because it is something that sometimes we need to take into consideration. And if you've always been that family that just did not know if you should go to Disney or any theme park because of food allergy situations, Kim's going to kind of ease that tension and kind of calm those nerves and give you some great tips. So first, I do need you to meet Kim because she is just a treasure. She's a great friend of mine, and I do want you to meet her and know why she's the expert. So Kim, just tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, how long you've been with us, and why are you the expert in the food allergy game?
Well, hello all. I'm Kim Gregorio, like we said. I have been with Believe Vacations just over a year, so throughout the pandemic, and that's been fun. No, I am from South Florida originally, and I have been going to Disney my whole life and just love everything about Disney, and I love it even more for about what I'm going to share with you today. My family, actually, the food allergies run deep in my family. My baby sister had food allergies all her life and still does. And then my son, unfortunately, received whatever gene that is, and he also has severe food allergies. And Disney has been our home, like our safe place. We have, and I'll get into it a little bit more, but it has been the most relaxing we have ever been out in public with our food allergies. So they take very good care of it, and they take it very, very seriously, which is something that's hard to find in a lot of places that serve food. A lot of places are like, oh, yeah, you're allergic, and they blow it off. Not Disney at all. They take it up 10 notches and make sure everything is perfect, just like Disney always does.
And you're right. I mean, and that's the thing for many of us who usually just breeze through without the food allergy concerns. And we just say, oh, that was a wonderful waiter, or that was a wonderful cast member doing this, or somebody checking in. Again, we're talking about safety. We're talking about, something that could happen really bad if the wrong food gets into the wrong system and all that. And that's why it's so just encouraging to hear Kim say that they're almost like a safe place for them. And we are going to now start getting into this because it is important to know that they take this very seriously and they are going to work with you. And sometimes they're going to go more above and beyond than you would think. And Kim is going to give you some examples here as I kind of give her the questions. And Kim, I guess first, let's just, before we even jump into what Disney does, for those who are really concerned and have very strict diets and they're still just a little nervous, can you just bring your own food into the park should you feel you need that?
Absolutely. You can bring as much food as you want without question. I don't think they allow rolling coolers, but you can bring a cooler with as much food as you can carry or put in your stroller. Drinks, sandwiches, snacks, whatever you feel that's safe for your family, you can bring it. There's never been a question about it.
Okay, very cool. And that also helps save on money. So that's a good thing, because Disney food is not like going to the dollar menu at McDonald's.
Right. And it's not just for food allergy, right? Anybody can bring in as much food as they want to the parks.
There you go. So there you go. There's your first tip. This is for everybody here. Okay, not just for food allergies. You can bring food in. It is going to be limited to the size of your container, but there you go. But Kim, do you know, I'm not going to ask you for every food allergy because my gosh, there's so many things that they can cater towards these days, but just what are some of the basic ones that Disney can cater to that probably more people are going to be aware of or at least conscious of?
Yeah, so I mean, Disney caters to anything, but they are very good at making it easy for those that are the top 9 or what are considered the most common allergies by FARE, which is the Food Allergy Research and Education Organization.
Yes.
And so those are milk, eggs, peanuts, soy, wheat, tree nuts, shellfish, fish, and sesame.
Okay.
And so they call those they used to be the top 8, but now they're the top 9 because sesame got added recently. And Disney caters to that. They have allergy menus at all of the locations that say they have a big chart across the top of all 9 of those items. And it gives you the whole menu, whether it's safe or not, if you're allergic to any of those. It's just super easy, super accessible for you if you're allergic to one of those top 9.
Okay, so if you're keeping score at home, we've gone from 9 planets to 8, but we've gone from 8 main food allergies to 9. So we're gaining and all from there. Whatever. God bless Pluto. He's still there for me. Not the dog, the planet. So okay, now we talk. There you are. You're the mama of the family too. Now you have the benefit of being an agent. Some people just will reach out to you as an agent and say, Kim, and then I've kind of heard your thoughts on this. When I'm booking a trip and I'm using you as an agent and such, how do I indicate, whether it's to you, whether it's through the My Disney Experience app, whether it's Call Disney, how do I indicate my specific or my family's food allergy? And is this something that the guest should take ownership of? Should the agent? How would you advise somebody using your services? And if they said to you and I have let's just say wheat allergy, what would you advise being an agent and advising your guests as well?
And so as an agent, I always ask my clients if there are any dietary restrictions that I should be aware of. As a customer before I was an agent and when I used agents, I would always be forthcoming in telling that information. But that's because I was pretty well versed on how My Disney Experience is set up and how you do dining reservations. Gotcha. So in the dining reservation, there's a box to check. Do you have food allergies or dietary restrictions? If you check that box, it brings you to a separate menu that says, click which allergy yours is. If yours doesn't appear there, you can click other. And it just notes it on your reservation so that when you show up at the restaurant, they already know they need to bring you an allergy menu or they need to bring you a chef. They have that planned into their day. It's already there.
I love it. And, and now we're starting to get into the everyday park to park experience. And, again, this is an important thing. And dining is such an important part of the Disney process. I mean, my gosh, we had dining programs for the longest time, whether they were quick service or Disney dining and snack credits and tables in Wonderland. I mean, a lot of the Disney experience is built on food. So therefore, they are going to take this seriously because, again, food can be a nice source of revenue and income, but it's also going to add to the entire vacation experience. I can't think of me wanting to go to New York City, Chicago, LA without trying some food. So it is a big part of it. And another reason why they're going to take it serious. Kim's already starting to give you those tips, how you can mark things on My Disney Experience and use your agent. But let's get into the park. Let's start role playing this whole thing, Kim. We're now in there and it's time to do a mobile order. All right. And whether it's at Pecos Bill in Magic Kingdom or Flame Tree Barbecue in Animal Kingdom or wherever, but we've got that phone up. Is there an easy way for us to search and say what locations offer items for these dietary concerns? And then is there something on the app? I know you mentioned if you got to click something, do you have to type anything in manually? Just kind of walk us through a little bit of how easy it is to indicate this when you order.
Sure. So as you know, now during COVID, you have to scan the little QR code, and that's how you do all your mobile ordering and all the quick services. They have, at least most of the restaurants, added the allergy menu right in there. So when you're flipping through, you've got the appetizers, the entrees, the adults, the kids menu. And then there's another one that says allergy menu. And on there, it says safe for milk, egg, you know, whatever food allergies within the top 9. If though your allergy is not one of those, for instance, my son, he's allergic to dairy, eggs, and garlic. Garlic is not one of the top 9. So when I go up to the QR code to scan, there's usually a cast member at that little scanning place. I tell them that I have a non-common allergy. Can I speak to a chef? They're like, no problem. They bring out the chef. I tell the chef we have a garlic allergy. He's like, here are the things that we can make for him. What does he want? They make it. It comes with our food. Easy. Done.
And this is at quick service as well. You can ask to speak to somebody who actually is preparing the food.
Absolutely. At every quick service.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And I have for 9 years.
And here we were just thinking there were people on the back of the counter who were just flipping burgers and putting salsa on the nachos. I mean, again, Disney does a wonderful job of catering towards every customer's needs the best they can. And as Kim has just told you there, if you don't learn anything else today, know that there are people there who will come from the counter. You just have to ask. I think that's just the hardest part, right, Kim, is just to ask and be brave and bold and say.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They'll come back. They'll make it special. It's super convenient, and I feel very safe with it because I know they take good care of it.
All right. Now, as we go, of course, that's the quick service thing. I have to assume they're going to do the same thing when you're sitting down for a traditional table service with your wait staff and all that good stuff. So again, you kind of touched on it, but let's just make sure that we hit it for table service. Is this something that you want to bring up immediately to your wait staff, your waitress, your waiter? How do you go about when you're dining, let's say at a fun restaurant like a T-Rex in Disney Springs, or even one of the awesome restaurants in EPCOT? What is your first conversation with the wait staff?
Yeah, so at all of the restaurants, including like T-Rex at Disney Springs, I usually tell them when we check in that we have a food allergy, and they'll say, yes, we saw it on the reservation, or, oh, good to know it didn't come all the way through, not a big deal. They put a stamp on your ticket. You know, they have a ticket that brings you to your table, so they know.
Right.
They put a special stamp on that. That's what your server will pick up, and they will see, and they will ask you. They usually ask us, are you a most common, and do you need to see a chef? And I always have to say, we need to see a chef. But if I were just the most common, then I wouldn't need to see a chef. They'd bring me the allergy menu, and I would use that. Okay. So it just depends. And then the chefs come out. They're great. They're heroes in our house. So we get pictures with them like we would Mickey or Minnie.
I love it. And I am gonna put that in the article portion that's gonna complement this. She did send me a couple of pictures. I believe it was Chef TJ.
Chef TJ.
Chef TJ. Just for fun, tell me about Chef TJ. Who's your boy here, and what was so special about Chef TJ?
You know, there's a Facebook group, and it's called Disney Chefs Rock Food Allergies.
Oh, nice.
And I started following that as soon as we found out about our allergies, and I learned so much from that. And I kept hearing about this Chef TJ. And I kept hearing he will go above and beyond. He will create masterpieces for the kids that can't have regular desserts or regular food or whatever. So I was like, we've got to go find this guy. So when we saw him, he was at Fort Wilderness. And so we saw him there, but he's at Cape May Cafe right now.
Yeah.
Where he's located, if you get a chance. He's awesome. But he made my son, who usually gets stuck with like dairy-free ice cream or something, or sherbet, because they don't have a lot. They have a lot of options, but there's not as many options.
Sure.
And he made him, I think it might have been 3 feet tall, of cotton candy and dairy-free chocolate and gummy bears and ice cream. And he came out and he sprinkled the dairy-free chocolate on top from above. And I mean, my son's face, I can't even begin to explain how happy he was. And he, you know, to this day, he's like, do you remember Chef TJ? I mean, but he has quite the following. The food allergy community actually has recognized him nationally with FAIR, which I mentioned earlier. And he won an award one year for being the most cautious about food allergies. So
that's awesome.
He's just a stand-up chef. Awesome.
Yeah, incredible story and testament about how, again, you see Kim's not worried to go to Disney. and not worried about the food allergies and is it unsafe. I mean, this is a place where they know they're going to go not only get really good food, but that they are going to be taken care of, they're going to be respected, and they're just going to go in without any concerns, which you don't want to have any concerns like that on vacation. And here you are, she's smiling, she's talking, promoting. Man, it's good stuff. I love it. I mean, Kim, you're giving us incredible examples of just your traditional kind of going in, dining, mobile ordering, all that, setting it up. But, throughout the year, now we're going to switch into a couple of fun little topics here. Throughout the year, especially at EPCOT, you're going to have these international festivals where they're going to bring in different food vendors and stuff. Now, in those cases, they're going to have the menu, but have you ever, let's put it this way, have you guys ever had any problem sampling some of those little food vendors from the festivals, and why not have?
No, most of the food carts have an allergy binder, whether it's a Disney-owned food cart or one in the countries, because a lot of the country food carts are third party because they're relative to the country that they're in.
Right.
But they do have what's called an allergy binder, and that has all the ingredients of what they're serving at the cart. So we just go to the carts and check out the allergy binder, and we've not had a problem in the past. Even in the restaurants at EPCOT, we've been very successful. They follow all of the Disney standards of food allergies. We've never really had a problem. And we've even eaten in Morocco, which is very spice heavy.
Yeah. Ooh.
And, garlic heavy. And my son ate there very safely, and it was, a fun time. And so, yes, no, we've not had a problem in EPCOT.
Okay. Well, you just think about the culinary cuisines from there. I mean, that's just top notch. Here she is. She's telling you it's safe. It's safe. It's safe. It's safe. It's safe. What about, and still to be determined what we're going to be doing for 2021 here in post-COVID-ish, whatever we want to call these days now we're living in. These not so scary Halloween parties and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas things and all that. They're going to give out candy and all kinds of snacks. Yeah. Safe? What are we doing here? How does your family do those?
Oh my goodness. They're our favorite. They're our absolute favorite. When you go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and if you've been before, you get your bag when you walk in to get the candy at all the different treat locations. When you walk in and you tell them, I have a food allergy, they say, no problem. And they give you a teal bag, which is the color for food allergies. And then you get to go to all the same stations, and they give you these little tokens. I actually have one. I found one.
Okay.
These little tokens.
Nice.
Where everybody else is getting candy. If you have a teal bag, they give you these tokens. And then there's 2 different trading posts throughout, inside Magic Kingdom.
Right.
You take these tokens, and they have all this Enjoy Life, which is a brand who does a lot of allergy-friendly treats.
Okay.
You can pick from food there, or they have non-food treats, so crafts or Disney prizes and all kinds of things. I mean, my son walks out of there with more candy than my daughter, and she went to the places and he got the tokens, and it's just like, it's wonderful. I remember when they first started, they were like, do you want more? Do you want more? I'm like, no, he's good. That's enough. He had full packages of cookies.
Good for him.
It was great. And it's really cool because they have these little posts that say, allergy safe, allergy friendly,
Right.
And so he just loves it. It's one where he feels super included, and he almost feels special because he gets these tokens and my daughter doesn't. So he's like, it's the one time their roles are reversed where he gets like a cool thing that she didn't get,
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, now I want the parties to come back just so we can see the happiness on the faces of the kids and all. And, another thing that I want to have back, and you talk about food, one of the things that cruise ships, Disney cruises, my goodness gracious, the food that we eat on Disney cruise ships and cruise ships in general. How do we handle that, and what same processes? Talk about an experience on a Disney cruise with food allergies.
So, when you book your cruise, you can also notate that there's a food allergy. I actually, when we were going on the cruise, I had to bring some food because I wasn't sure if they would have almond milk or things like that. So I was able to request a little cold box for our room, our stateroom, so that we had that for them. But it's the same way. Once you sit down to your first dinner and you tell your wait staff, these are our allergies, they're your same staff throughout the whole trip. And each night at the end of dinner, they would ask us, are you guys going to Cabanas for breakfast? Yeah, probably we're going to swing in there. Great. What does he want? I'm like, probably Mickey waffles. He always wants Mickey waffles. And they're like, great, we'll have his stuff right away. They were so good that they would ask us, what are you doing tomorrow? Are you going to stay on the boat? You're going to get off the boat? And we'd say, we're going to get off the boat. They're like, do you know where you're going? Do you know if there's going to be safe food? I said, I'm not really sure. We're going to kind of wing it. They're like, well, we'll pack him a lunch. What does he want? And they would pack us like a bagged lunch with a peanut, he had a sandwich in there that he wanted. And it was great because it made me feel like I don't have to worry when I'm in an island that might not understand food allergies. Right. They've got my food provided for him. The rest of us can figure it out. But we were safe. My husband and I always talk that if we do Europe, we're going to do it on a Disney cruise because then we can take our lunch with us, get off for the day, and not have to worry about the language barriers or the different things that play into the foods. But it's great. And then on Castaway Cay, they have an allergy line. So if you've ever been on a Disney cruise, they have the big barbecue.
Right, cookies. Yeah,
everything. They have an allergy line. You've already pre-ordered your lunch from the night before. You go up, you tell them, Gregorio, stateroom, whatever, and they're like, here you go. We have it. We're ready. It's his allergy food right there on the island. I mean, it's just so easy, so easy. And then there's plenty of ways to get snacks that are safe. The free ice cream. I would just go and tell the people at the bar, because Dole Whips are dairy free, FYI. And they would make him a non-alcoholic Dole Whip from the bar.
Yes, thank you. Good.
But I mean, they gave it to us for free because he couldn't have free ice cream. It was they were very nice and accommodating, and it was really great. It was really great.
That's cool, man. All right. So if anything else, I think what you have encouraged people, and maybe we can make this our final point in the end. So let's save it for now, and we can make the same point. But I do want to ask for fun. I'm going to do just a 3-question lightning round where I'm going to ask you, now that we're talking about food and stuff, of course, everybody has their favorites at Disney when it comes to food. So I'm just going to ask you quick questions, and you just have to tell me off the top of your head what you think is the best given food allergies. So what is the best snack for food allergies at Disney?
Popcorn, because the butter is actually coconut oil and not dairy.
She's good, folks. She's good. Okay. So popcorn. Best quick service meal.
So all the quick service restaurants have egg-free Mickey waffles. So we like
all of them?
All of them. We like breakfast at quick service meals because we can get all the Mickey waffles we want.
Breakfast at lunch and dinner too?
Well.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Disney's not perfect. Jeez. God,
no, but most of them also have all the secret layer, I call it, that Disney has of allergy safe food. I don't know where they come up.
Layer. Like it, like a villain. Secret layer. I love it. All right. And then just best table service location, in your opinion.
In my opinion, I will always have my heart at the Crystal Palace because that was the place we had our very first meal in a restaurant ever. And I actually cried over French fries because normal human beings do that.
If they're good fries, you might.
No, I mean, the chef went and he wanted chicken fingers and French fries. He made him chicken fingers and French fries that were garlic, dairy, and egg free.
So awesome. So amazing. Oh, and I can't even make hot dogs on the grill without burning them. And here we are, we're making concoctions of things that kids like and all that. There you go. I mean, in a half hour here, Kim has not only made it more safe and for you who may have children or family members with food allergies, she's now giving you personal testimony about it. She's name dropped people, places, and things. She's giving you a menu that you can choose from. She's giving you the advice. One, that's why she's a great agent. because she's very thorough in what she does. We always say the cool thing about our Believe Vacation agents is the magic doesn't start the minute that you see the castle. It's the minute that you meet the lady with the red ears here. And I, again, just always appreciate just the advice. Being from a local perspective, she's a great ear when it comes to when are the best times to go. But here you see, just with her family and her expertise, I think I know the answer here. But Kim, as we close this wonderful interview, thank you so much for just educating a lot of us on a topic we may not have even thought about. What is the biggest piece of advice just doing Disney with allergies? If you had to sum it down to one thing, what's the biggest piece of advice that you would give parents who are on the fence or just don't know? You say what to them?
Take that vacation. As a parent who has to meal prep every single meal, every single day, take that vacation. Trust in Disney. They will do everything in their power to make sure you have a wonderful meal and that it's safe for your family, no matter what your allergies are. To us, that is our vacation, right? We can kick our feet up. We don't have to sit there and prep before every single meal. Take that vacation. And one other thing I meant to mention is Disney is in a partnership with the makers of EpiPen. And so they have on-site EpiPens everywhere that they have a first aid kit.
Wonderful.
So know that if you bring your EpiPen, there's also one around. So not to worry, they have them everywhere.
I appreciate you saying that. I was thinking mid-interview we should bring up an EpiPen, but I do appreciate you kind of ending with that. Is just one more just sense of closure and safety. Things happen. I mean, whether it's physical injuries or such like that. I mean, it is a theme park, and there are thousands of people who go every single day from all parts of life,
Right.
and mistakes happen. They do, whether it is something, a physical type of injury or something that happens on a ride, attraction, a hotel reservation, all kinds of things happen. So, if things happen with food situations, obviously, don't panic. There are people around who can help if something happens. There are cast members who are well trained in this, and just know that I think one of the things that you've encouraged me, and that I hope that comes across through the screen in this interview here, is don't be afraid to speak up. And whether that is with telling somebody about the allergies, or if something is wrong and needs to be righted, I think just being that vocal partner, as you said, well, I think it was beautifully, not just take a physical location or vacation like some of us would do, saying, oh, we need to rest from work. It seems like yours is more mental vacation, and that's cool as well.
Yeah, it really is. And, things do happen, but trust me, Disney does everything they can to make sure it doesn't. And if it does, they take care of it. I've experienced firsthand, my son grabbed food that he wasn't supposed to when he was younger. And, they were right there to help support me on treating him for what it was his error, not theirs, but
Yeah.
they were right on it. They had everybody at my side to give me whatever I needed to make sure he was going to be safe. And I was like, he's going to be fine.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, to the next plate of French fries that we cry over, Kim, I look forward to seeing you and hanging out with the Brady Oreo cookie that just means so much to our Believe Vacation agents, and of course your friendship and everything that you share as far as expertise, especially with food allergies. Thanks for being open and inviting us into your world today and allowing us to talk about a topic that I think is going to open up a lot of eyes and ears, and I think it's going to get people excited about going to Disney, more importantly.
And I appreciate us highlighting it.
We've run Kim's information. Please get in contact with her if you have specific questions about food allergies or about Disney in general. I know she'd love to just be an agent one. She'd also like to just be a friend, give you advice. That's just the type of person she is. So we will see each other sooner rather than later, I'm sure. But for everybody else, we will see you real soon.
That's the way we became lovers.